Hello, my name's Michelle Giles and I'm the Placements and Mobility Manager at the University of Nottingham in the Researcher Academy. I'm just going to give a brief overview of our presentation we did at the REDS conference on enabling effective career transitions via PGR placements. That was with my colleague Jane Wellens, who was the head of the Researcher Academy but has since moved on to a new role. So within the placements, internships and researcher mobility, we aim to complement the excellent work of our researcher training and development team by supporting experiential opportunities for our researchers to utilise their skills, knowledge and expertise in a broadening context, i.e. an external organisation or presenting internationally at a conference. The University of Nottingham has been delivering paid PGR placements since 2009, and these have been supported by multiple programmes and streams of funding. And as you can see from some of these examples, it's been quite an interesting funding landscape. And also we want to acknowledge the many and various colleagues who have been involved in this evolving project, but who have since moved on to different roles in institutions. We started with Postgraduate Placements Nottingham, which was funded by ERDF. Our placements programme provided a synergistic opportunity to support the university's ambitions in terms of enhancing its regional presence and reputation, and ERDF had identified a need for economic growth in the region through mechanisms such as increasing graduate retention and an appreciation for higher level skills in the regional economy. As time went on, research councils began to recognise the professional development opportunity placements provide, and because of our unique experience at the time, we ran the BBSRC's pilot programme for PIPs, which are 3-month placements, which are now incorporated to all studentships funded by the BBSRC through DTPs. We support postgraduates in applying for national and international programmes such as the UKRI Policy Internship Scheme and British Council funded opportunities, and have had quite a bit of success with these. We also supported placements and internships which are fully funded by larger or public sector organisations, including internal ones with the university. Finally, we've just completed a very large ERDF funded programme with NTU and Derby, where PGR placements have focused on enhancing productivity and innovation. So I'm going to talk a bit now about the programme itself and how we support PGRs to become specialist consultants working on a strategic project for an external organisation. Our hosts are excited to access talent and have fresh new perspectives, and some SMEs may have had the same workforce or have been family run with skills gaps, so they're eager for our input. And what we're doing is looking to create mutually beneficial relationships. We work with a wide variety of organisations, both locally and nationally, but UK only. But we are looking to increase our postgraduate retention in the local area. We work with SMEs and larger organisations as well, but we are also open to PGRs sourcing their own placements as well as us finding them for them. We do part-time placements, so they're 200-hour projects that are part-time, so they can be accessible to international students as well, where visa requirements may be there, but also that means they can do it alongside their studies and any other commitments that they may have. We do ask that they get supervisor approval beforehand, and the process itself is competitive, so they would apply with a CV and cover letter and are interviewed by senior management teams, CEOs, and we make sure that feedback is also provided so they're constantly learning and developing from this experience. The University of Nottingham has a postgraduate researcher population of around 3,000 across our 5 faculties. So as you can imagine, we've had some internal and external challenges and logistics that we've had to get around as part of this. We wanted to make sure that our programme is accessible for as many as possible. So in terms of doing that, we've had to make sure that they can access it regardless of their mode of study, fee status, disciplinary background, etc. I mean, we do have some technical projects that are suited to a specific discipline, but we do want to make sure that everyone can look at those transferable skills and see how they can apply for those. We made sure, ways to get around this is we made sure that these were project based, they're paid, and also that flexible part-time delivery of project work ensures that our international students with family commitments can take part, and that we keep it local as well. Supervisors have not always been supportive. They've thought that it might be a distraction from their research. So that again was another logistic and challenge that we've had to work closer with the supervisors around that. And just managing expectations of multiple hosts at one time with very different needs and expectations, and making sure that they understand the level of project is suitable for our postgraduates. And then if there were any that weren't, then we were able to reject those or work with them to see how it could be suitable for a postgraduate researcher. Outcomes and benefits for our PGRs. Skills development, so we're really looking for those transferable skills, as we've mentioned, and students have reported an increase in their leadership skills, etc. So we're really wanting, and presentation skills, they're the sort of ones that we're wanting to see and make sure that they don't limit themselves and explore different sectors to try and get as more enhanced understanding of the world outside of academia. Networks, we found that some of them have found that networking can, if you're a bit introverted, they found it difficult to start that. So having a placement is a good way to be able to start and build on that network. We found that students have gained contacts and job opportunities through these placements, and about 20% have continued on with placement hosts as full-time staff, and another 20% have continued on consultancy basis. So there are some examples here. We complete a survey at the end of the placements, and here are some quotes that we've pulled from those surveys from our PGRs. We also do the same with our hosts. So here there are some examples from the hosts that we've got back, and the increase in turnover, improvements to bottom line performance, as well as growth in employee numbers has been some of the things that they've reported back. It reduces those barriers that organisations have in collaborating and working with universities, with PGR placements usually acting as a first pilot step into working with the university, and then can go on to KTPs as well, and just gaining employment, graduate employment through these placements. Longer term benefits, I'll leave that up there. I won't go through as I haven't got as much time, but a lot of them, as you would expect, but we have found, say, through alumni, we've been able to get some good feedback on the longer term placements benefits from that we've been able to report on. And we have found that some of our alumni placement students have now gone on to actually be our hosts in their organisations, which has been a really good success story. And here is just a case study that we have with someone that a host that we've worked with that has had about 3 PhD students and has gone on to do a KTP with us as well. And finally, here is just a link to our host blogs. So we do ask for host blogs and postgraduate blogs, so please do feel free to have a look at that and gain some further ideas from those that have actually benefited from it. And feel free to contact us at any point if you have any questions on this. We look forward to hearing from you.